Matt, talk a little bit about how things are going so far, and I know with your first scrimmage coming up on Thursday night, just give us kind of a feel of how you feel about your team right now.
Well, right now we have 4 players in our starting lineup that returned, and 3 are still getting their feet wet with the starters, 2 freshmen, and then Kelsey Luce is our new setter this year. So they're just trying to get their continuity together, trying to get their timing, trying to figure out, who does what best and how we serve that the best. So, all in all, though, for where we were at 2 weeks ago, we've come a long way, and I'm really happy where we're at. Right now, we just need to continue to work out, like I said, consistency in practice, finishing points, finishing games, and we got to continue to be tough. I think Becky Wright is our assistant this year, preaching toughness to the girls, trying to show a sense of tradition. Of course, her daughter played with us here when I started, and we have 2 coaches that were here previously. So trying to show them what it's going to take to win in the NCC.
Youth, again, is kind of the key word for your team, as you only had 2 seniors. Talk a little bit about the concerns you have with that much young talent on the team.
Well, it's the give and take. Sometimes they don't understand how good they can be, and when we're playing really well, they don't think of the teams that maybe have played well against us before. But at the same time, when it's that crunch moment at the end of the game and you need a point or you need a pass from somebody, you really hope that those younger players in that year that they had last year serve them, because we're going to need it, and they're going to have to play maybe like juniors and seniors, even though maybe they've only had a year.
I heard you talk to him a little bit ago about focus too, and sometimes with younger kids, focus isn't exactly the top of their priority list, but you're trying to make that a focus, or at least a priority for them, aren't you?
Yeah, well, and I think you take the generation of kids you're dealing with into effect, and the focus they have maybe in some of the things they do, it's much quicker. A quick fix maybe in terms of keeping their attention. So yeah, playing 25 points every game and not taking anything for granted. We were ahead in a scrimmage earlier, and we slowly let go of some of the things we preach every point. So that's going to be huge for us, and for them to understand that and get that early can really help us in the long run.
You're just a few days from your opener on Monday, but again, you're going to scrimmage against a good Union County team. And you'd mentioned the one thing about them is just their cohesiveness and playing together so much. What do you try to do Thursday in that scrimmage?
Well, more than anything, you want to get your last looks from a couple of positions, a couple players that I still think can help us, Des Alexander and our freshman Lauren Pierce, both playing that outside position, seeing what both of them can offer. And also, more than anything, you try and take some things that the other teams do well. They're a really scrappy team that passes the ball well, that knows where their strengths are, and defensively, we're going to have trouble putting the ball down. So we're going to have to do that back to them and then use our athleticism at the net. It's a good time for us to see. I know we'll be the taller team. I know we'll be the more athletic team, but will it matter? And can we use that to our advantage, I hope.
What are your strengths? As you mentioned, you have some size there. You have some kids that played a lot of varsity action last year. What is your strength?
Well, this year I think we can hit the ball out of several positions. We can run an offense, and we're not as dependent on Shelby for the kill that we were last year in that crunch moment. I think we can go anywhere from 3 to 5 places any night and get a lot from that person from a hitting perspective. So I think our athleticism is hitters at the net and then as blockers as well. I think we got to control the net both ways. And then I think the other thing we didn't have a lot of last year that we have this year is our serving. I think we got 4 to 5 girls that can get us aces, and we couldn't say that last year. And we need as many easy points, on the net with their hitters and our blockers, and we need it from the service line as well.
What's your biggest concern before you get into Monday's match?
How we were going to react to adversity, because it's very easy for the girls to go in that mode of, this is what happened last year, this is where we were before, here we go again. We got to understand that every point's a new point for us, and that we can rebound from anything. We've shown we can do it. We just have to have that confidence and reassurance in each other.
Hey, finally, excited about the new arrangement in the North Central Conference? You had divisions, and you guys are going to meet in a tournament too.
Yeah, and for us at the end of the year to have that before we go in to a really tough sectional is, it's going to be awesome. It's going to help us a lot prepare for it, but it's also going to be a chance for us to see some of these other teams that we don't see during the year, and hopefully let them know what Richmond volleyball is all about.